Viewer, the phrase unknown gunmen is one of the top trending phrases right now on Indian social media. You've heard that phrase in news headlines more times this year perhaps than any other, and there's a reason for it. Terrorists wanted by India have been dropping dead every few weeks in Pakistan, and in nearly every case, the killers have been described by law enforcement in Pakistan as unknown gunmen. Now, if you look up unknown gunmen on social media right now, the tone of the conversation is very nudge, nudge, wink, wink, since the phrase has become a euphemism for India's external intelligence agency, RAW, or RA, as they refer to in Pakistan. So the image being painted by these non-stop incidents in Pakistan is of assassins or death squads controlled by RA infiltrating Pakistan's cities, hunting and killing India's most wanted terrorists. Viewers watching these news reports cannot be faulted in seeing a pattern. How is it that in every one of these cases, the unknown gunmen remain unknown? Who killed Hanzla Adnan on December the 3rd in Karachi, which is part of an exclusive news break by my colleague Arvind Ojha that I'm going to be showing you in just a moment? Who killed Maulana Rahimullah Tariq on November the 13th? Who killed Akram Khan on November the 19th? Who killed Khwaja Shahid on November the 5th? Who killed Shahid Latif on October the 11th? Who killed Syed Noor Shalobar on March the 3rd? Who killed Syed Khalid Raza on February the 27th? Who killed Bashir Ahmed Peer on February the 20th? Just to name a few. Unknown gunmen. Each and every one of them. Now, there are two reasons for the glee and the joy you perhaps feel, viewer, when you read about these unknown gunmen. First, there's a visceral sense of justice, isn't there? These terrorists being killed are all protected citizens in Pakistan, and none of them have faced anything near justice for their acts of terror against India. So when one reads about terrorists responsible for the Pathankot attack, or the 2015 BSF convoy attack in Udhampur, or the hijacking of Indian aircraft, living VIP lives in Pakistan right now, it's natural to feel a sense of satisfaction that they've been dealt vigilante justice by unknown gunmen. The other reason for this glee and joy you feel, of course, is because the notion of death squads and covert operations have been long romanticized in cinema, both Hollywood and Bollywood, most recently with Tiger Zinda Hai, etc. But viewer, this is also a very serious issue and has a side to it where there's no place for emotion. India currently faces charges of having employed an assassin to kill Khalistani terrorist Gurpatwant Singh Pannu in New York City. Allegations that strengthen Pakistan's default claim for years that anything bad in that country is the work of RA agents. Does India have death squads? Frankly, I have no way of knowing. Is it possible we have death squads? Perhaps, but these things are difficult to prove. Will the United States prove that we have death squads? Unlikely, because this is more about pressure on India than any real conclusion, in my view. And that actually brings me to my final word on this. Intelligence and covert operations are a murky business, a world without blacks and whites, without moral compasses and the guiding principles of the outside world. In such operations where unknown gunmen operate, proof is illusory, deniability is a foundational necessity, actions off the books are a survival requirement. So applying moralities to these incidents is a wasteful exercise. Looking for evidence of such actions is to chase a shadow. But while it's tempting to feel proud of unknown gunmen and a muscular India doing ghar mein ghus ke maro type operations, it's also my job to leave you with some facts to think about. This is Pakistan, remember, a country that has birthed a plethora of terrorist outfits with overlapping capabilities and competing interests. As the country implodes economically, socially, politically, and otherwise, these terror outfits also have a shrinking resource base to draw their strength from. And this has also led to these outfits, like the Lashkar-e-Taiba or the Al-Badr or the Jaish-e-Mohammed, now targeting each other to expand their influence. So while Pakistan fantasizes about shadowy RA agents, it might want to also remind itself that the snakes it gave birth to have stopped taking commands.